Aloha and good evening, everyone, on this pleasant Friday night from Lehi, Utah. Welcome to this presentation of the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com and our presentation of Skyridge basketball presented by Heidemann Associates, Western Governors University, and UCCU. Tonight, Region Play opens across the state of Utah, and Region 4 features the Westlake Thunder and the Skyridge Falcons. Alongside my broadcast partner, the former guard from Goshen High School in the great Hoosier state of Indiana, Colton Potter. I'm Alexander Timolip here with you again. So, Colton, first thing I say as I turn to you is Happy New Year, welcome back, and this is it. A new page turns, we start all over again pretty much. Everybody's 0-0 in Region Play.
Absolutely, it's great to be back, and you know, both of these teams are coming in not playing their best basketball of late, but just like you said, it's time to turn a page. Region Play starts tonight, and both teams want to get a win to start off Region Play on the right note.
Yeah, and you talked about it, Colton. Good point you bring up. These are two teams that are kind of an up and down. Skyridge has started 6-6. It's been kind of a rough go for this young team. Westlake's kind of gone in and out, 3-3 in their last 6 games. But there is no mistaking that these two teams have to be considered among the favorites in a loaded Region 4.
Absolutely, and like we said, it starts tonight. You want to get off to a quick start in Region Play. You can't fall behind. There's too many good teams. And so for Skyridge, you got to win first game at home. You got to win the games at home especially, and so it's going to be a fun game tonight.
So let's jump into our Heidemann & Associates Keys to the Game, presented by the full-service law firm that's committed to winning for their clients, Heidemann & Associates. Colton, take us through what each team needs to do to get a win to start Region Playoff on the right note.
Absolutely. For Westlake, they have to defend the three-point line. In their last 2 games, which are both losses, they've given up 8 and 10 made three-pointers while only making 4 themselves. And Skyridge loves to shoot the threes and have capable three-point shooters all over the court. They need to do that, and they have to control the pace. In their last 3 losses, they've given up an average of 71 points a game. In their last 3 wins, they've given up 53 points. If they slow the pace down, control the ball, they have a better chance of winning tonight. And for Skyridge, they just need to start fast and finish strong. They've done a really good job of getting big leads in the first quarter, getting off to quick starts, but they've struggled in the second half of games, especially in the fourth quarter. It's not just good enough to get out to a quick lead. They've got to finish strong, especially at late in quarters and late in the game.
Yeah, that's a good point you bring up. We were here last game on December 9th when they played Copper Hills. Got out to that 10-point lead at the end of the first quarter, but could not sustain it for the rest of the game. Critical for this really almost inexperienced team. You know, both teams are replacing most, if not all, of their starting lineups. As we're having a bit of problems with the lights here, Colton, and I think that's why you said it's so important. Get started on the right note tonight on both sides.
Absolutely.
And off we go. Region Play off and running from Lehi tonight. Jordan Kroll, who's in the starting lineup tonight, as he has been, the leading scorer for this Thunder squad. He has it now on the top. Maverick McManus kicks it back to Kroll for 3, and he knocks it down as the shot clock expires.
That was a great save there by number 2, Maverick McManus, and just a great shot by Jordan Kroll. He's just a shot maker. That's what he does for Westlake, and he's going to do that all night long.
And there he is on the offensive glass, cleaning it up, McManus. Here comes Westlake up the floor. Yeah, we're going to get an early foul called against Cy Hansen in the post. Matched up against the aforementioned Maverick McManus. McManus, by the way, who stands at 6'5". You know that's a matchup I think Coach Nate Carling's going to want to attack most of the night.
And it's not just the height. He's just a big body. He definitely has the size advantage inside. And they go to him again. I think they're going to look to go to him a lot tonight.
McManus that time couldn't get it to fall, and the rebound is captured by Mason Hunter, the leading scorer, averaging 15 points this season for Skyridge. And that one is taken away, and then Simon Sua collides with Tate Larson. That's 2 big bodies coming down the Main Street line. And that is going to be a foul on Sua, his first. A much changed starting lineup for Nate Carling tonight. A lot of what we saw in the early part of the season, you know, they're just trying to get in a rhythm here.
Yeah, when you've lost a couple games in a row, sometimes it's just good to switch up the starting lineup and get a new kind of early taste on the court, see who, I guess, just adjusts to the pressure playing in region play, and just getting into a quick start is so important.
Tay Larson from the corner knocks that three down. We're tied at 3. Remember, the game clock bug on your screen is unofficial. It is deafening here inside Skyridge High. Tyler Burdett drives to the basket and lays it in with the left hand.
Jace Adams is a really, really good player for Westlake. He's second on the team in scoring, first in rebounds, and first in assists. He's just kind of a do-it-all for them guy. So important, and that was just a nice move getting to his left hand, his strong hand, for the easy layup.
Oh, great pass! Cannon Jensen! A wide receiver, I guess, can make plays on the bounce as he gets the assist to Cy Hansen, and we're tied at 5. Burdett back the other way. Here's Kroll. Kroll, pull up from the corner, left that short. McManus goes up, can't get it to go. Hunter got it stolen. Sua goes up, can't get it to go, but there's a foul on the floor. And that will bring the ball underneath. Foul charged on J.J. Jory, his first, team second. Looking to get it in. Gets it to Kroll, does Tyler Burdett. Kroll tries it again. That one off the front rim, no good, and Jensen the rebound. Long toss. Mason Hunter up ahead, couldn't control it. And it will go back to the Thunder.
Now that's a play that you just expect Mason Hunter to make. That was a good leak out, good pass by Cannon Jensen. Just gotta catch that, go up for the layup. But that's a play Mason Hunter will make.
6'2" senior, showing he can fill the shoes of the great Nick Holland, who graduated last year, serving his mission now in Bentonville, Arkansas. Of note. Here's Jordan Kroll off the screen, kicks it out. Burdett, extra pass. Sua for 3.
That's just great offense by Westlake. A great job of Kroll getting downhill and finding Simon Sua in the corner for a 3. Just really good ball movement by Westlake to start this game.
Albert McManus called for the reach-in, his first, team second. 4 minutes and 43 left here in the first quarter of what's expected to be a very close game, and it's already loud in here. You can barely hear yourself think. And we're going to get an offensive foul and an illegal screen. And if that's on J.J. Jory, that's number 2 already. And Jeff Gardner is in the ear of the official coming down the side.
Yeah, neither of these teams necessarily have a ton of depth, so foul trouble is going to play a big role in this game. It's important to keep your best players out of foul trouble.
Tate Van Coleman is getting set to come in. Now Kroll matched up on Hunter. He drives, and he's blocked by Cy Hansen. Now here comes Hunter the other way. Kroll chasing him down from behind. Hansen on him, steps back for 3. That's off the mark. McManus goes up, grabs the rebound.
It's going to be a fun matchup with Kroll and Hunter tonight. They're guarding each other, and they just are going to go at each other all night long.
Hansen trying to chase down the rebound. It will stay here as it went off of him last. And now Van Corman's going to check in, replacing J.J. Jory. Josh Davis also comes back in. He's going to give Cy Hansen a breather. You just touched on it earlier. Both these teams not very deep. We saw in the Falcon Classic when we were here last month, Skyridge only rotates about 7-8 guys. And that's not a very big bench if you think about it, even in high school basketball.
Yeah, and especially when foul trouble comes into the picture, right? Like, just the normal wear and tear of a game a lot of times is going to, as they call an offensive foul there on Maverick McManus, but just the pace of the game is going to make you go to your bench at times. But if you throw foul trouble in there when you only are playing 7 or 8 guys, that's asking a lot of minutes for a guy like Mason Hunter, who might have to play a lot more than usual tonight.
Cannon Jensen now out front, gets the screen, drives into the paint, and we're going to get a blocking foul called as Quade Fawcett, who checked in, did not step over there in time. And then actually ended up tripping Cannon Jensen, the wide receiver on the state championship team for football for the Skyridge Falcons, as Tate Larson airballs that three over the top. Here comes Sua with the rebound.
Tate Larson's a really good shooter, though. That's a shot that you want him taking. He's not going to airball very many. He's not going to miss very many open ones.
Sua doesn't miss that look either. Westlake out in front on 11-5 on a couple of hot shooting starts for their team. Hunter tries to answer back. Can he? No. Rebound chased down Van Corman, and we're going to get a kickball. And it will stay with the Falcons as we get another substitution. Bodie Capel checks back in. And meanwhile, on the other side, we got another sub coming in. Davis Fyans, who normally was in the starting lineup for Jeff Gardner, comes back in. So the Falcons holding off to a bit of a cold start here from the field.
Yeah, if you look at Westlake, they've gotten a lot of ball movement. All their three-pointers have come off of dribble penetration and kickouts, where that's not necessarily happening for Skyridge, but that's a great shot right there for number 3, Josh Davis.
First field goal in almost 2.5 minutes for Skyridge. Here's now a step back try three on the way. That's left short. Jensen flies in for the rebound. He might have a chance the other way to go one-on-one, and we're going to get an offensive foul, or a travel rather, as, well, you could have called either one. You could have called a travel or a charge there, but the lesser of the two evils. And that's already the third turnover for Skyridge here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they just seem rushed. I like throwing a little pressure here against Westlake to maybe just get them out of the rhythm they've been in so far. But they broke it with ease.
Tyler Burdett, though, draped by Davis Fyans on that last play. Sua again for three. Rims out that time. Offensive rebound comes back to him, but he lost it out of bounds. Back it goes to the Falcons. As it looked like Fawcett tried to be a little too unselfish there. .2:12 to go here in the first quarter of what is turning out to be a pretty interesting contest here thus far between these two Region 4 rivals. Fyans now out front, gives it to Davis, back to Fyans. Fyans tries to drive inside, lost control of the ball. Here come the Thunder.
With Skyridge having both Fyans and Larson, Tate Larson in the game at the same time, Westlake has a huge size advantage as they go right inside. You know, Mason Hunter's, he shouldn't have to be guarding bigs down low very often, but because of foul trouble to Jory, that's just what's going to have to happen at times tonight, and that's going to be a huge advantage for Westlake.
And on cue, Cy Hansen's at the scorer's table getting ready to check in, so I think Jeff Gardner probably heard us as Fawcett steps up, knocks down the first free throw. Jordan Kroll checks back in. 1 minute, 45 seconds officially here on the clock. Skyridge has just hit 3 field goals here in this first quarter. They turned it over 4 times. Westlake has hit 5 by our count as Fawcett goes 2 for 2 and Westlake goes up by 6. No points yet for Mason Hunter. He has it right now matched up against Kroll. And he gets it poked away. Kicks it cross court. Josh Davis can't take the shot. Shot clock to 18. Here's Cy Hansen, puts it in from the just inside the free throw line.
It was a good recovery by Mason Hunter. He got blitzed off of the ball screen, kind of lost the ball, was able to stay calm, recover, find Josh Davis in the corner, who's able to find Cy Hansen for an open jumper. That was the best ball movement Skyridge has had on offense tonight. Hopefully, for them, they can keep it going.
Shot clock to 10. 3 on the way. Burdett knocks it down. The Westlake Thunder torching the net from beyond the property line. It's a 7-point lead. Hunter, open look, three-pointer. Bingo! There's his first points of the game. Shot clock will not be turned off yet. There's about a 3-second difference between shot and game clock. And check that, actually, it was it was actually Jace Adams that hit the last three, not Burdette. This is Adams out front right now. Shot clock down to 10. Game clock 13. Matched up against Larson. Here is Adams. Pull up from right of the key. What a shot! 2 seconds, 1 second. Fyans has to put up the long three. Off the mark. That's the end of the first quarter. An entertaining one at that. The score at the end of one is 18-12. We'll be about to start the second quarter in just a few minutes. Back here at Skyridge High School in Lehigh, Utah. The Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Alexander Timolip, Colton Potter. Skyridge basketball is presented by Western Governors University. So Colton, Westlake off to a hot shooting start. Just exactly what you were talking about right off the top. Instead of Skyridge getting off to the fast start, it was Westlake who did the same thing.
Absolutely, and so now we get to see what Skyridge is made of, right? They've so far this year been a team who's gotten out to a quick start, big lead in the first quarter, and now they find themselves down 6 points behind some hot shooting from Westlake. It'll be interesting to see how they adjust defensively, and they just have to get better ball movement on offense and slow down and just not rush. That's what's happened with all their turnovers. They're just rushing.
Kick off the second quarter with Skyridge in possession. Cannon Jensen back to Cy Hansen. Trapped underneath, goes up, can't get it to go. And we're going to get a foul. Reaching. And some tough defense being played underneath there by Nate Carling's crew.
And although they didn't score there, I really liked that possession. Cannon Jensen's done a nice job a couple times getting down a hill and making some nice passes. That's one where you expect Cy Hansen to finish that. Take another dribble, get under control, and go up and finish through contact.
Kroll from the corner, back out. Burdette for three. Left that one short, and that time Hansen comes up with the board and gives it to Larson.
Got away with a travel right there.
It looked like he might have caught away with a couple extra steps right there, but they didn't call it. Cannon Jensen drives. Kicks it out. Jory can't shoot. Hunter will. Can't make it. Can't get it to go. Cy Hansen, though, gets the offensive board and a new 35.
So far, Skyridge's, their best offense has been Cannon Jensen getting downhill and finding open shooters and open players under the basket. I want to see them continue to go to the pick and roll with Cannon Jensen and have him be their playmaker.
Foul called there on J.J. Jory. That's number 3. And that is going to be the 16th foul on the Falcons, and that will put Quade Fawcett back at the line. And he hits the first.
And like you said, with that being Jory's third foul, he pretty much has to sit down the rest of the half. And so you just got to be smarter if you're Jory there. It's better to give up a layup in that situation than to take a foul with 6:44 left in the second quarter and hurt your team by having to sit for 6.5 minutes.
Skyridge now trails by 8, 20-12. Here's Van Corman. Hands off now to Davis, back to Hansen, fakes the dribble handoff. Larson for 3. Rattles will not go. Van Corman, the offensive rebound. Back to Hansen, he'll put up another 13-footer. He rattles that out, will not go. And it rebound comes down to Sua. Now here comes Westlake again. A lot of good looks for the Falcons, but they just aren't falling. Here's Jordan Kroll out front. He only has 3 points, but he's getting a lot of help from his supporting cast as Sua goes up and he's hacked from behind by Josh Davis, and more free throws for Westlake.
Skyridge has got to do a better job of controlling the glass. Like we've said a couple of times, they're definitely outsized. Westlake has the size advantage, but they're getting too many offensive rebounds and second chances. And they're lucky that Westlake hasn't necessarily taken advantage of those yet, because this could be a lot bigger of a lead for Westlake if that were the case.
And we saw this Remember against when they played Copper Hill, Skyridge, they had a lot of trouble cleaning up that offensive glass with long bodies like Logan Whitehour and Kyson Hymas and whatnot. And, you know, they really struggle with that against a team like Copper Hills, against a team like a Farmington, where they had to really scratch and claw their way through. And this is kind of what you expected we were going to see here. What are they made of here?
Yeah, and that's what happens with an undersized team is you have to work a lot harder to get rebounds. They've done a nice job on the offensive glass, but they need to take those opportunities away from Westlake if they want to close the gap.
Gannon Jensen goes up on a foul underneath before the block charge call. That'll be the 15th foul called on the Thunder.
That's the 4th or 5th time now that Gannon Jensen has driven to the basket and drawn a foul or found an open teammate for a wide open shot. If they continue to do that, that will lead to points later on. It hasn't led to points so far, but they want to stay with that. Keep attacking. I think he can get past his defender off the dribble.
Hansen now matched up against Fawcett, goes inside, turnaround shot, got it. Boy, the first shot that's gone in quite a while there for the Falcons, and now it's up to a 7-point game, and now it looks like the Falcons have dropped back into a zone here. Tate Merrill, by the way, picked up the last foul, number 4. He's in with possession of the ball now. Swing cross court. Sua tries another 3. Hits it! Simon Sua. If you didn't know who he is, you better know who he is now.
He came into tonight only having made 7 threes all season, but he's already made 3 here tonight. He's clearly a great shooter, and you can't lose him. After he's hit 2, you got to know where he is at all times and be there on the catch. And I'm sure that's why Skyridge took the time out there is to address that.
Boy, a 10-point lead for Westlake right now with 5:05 left to go here in the first half, Colton. And we're looking off to the left. Jeff Gardner, I don't think I've ever seen him this animated in quite a while.
Yeah, as soon as Sua's 3 went through the net, he came about to the free throw line to meet his team to let them know he wasn't happy with that defensive effort. We'll see how they respond here. There's still plenty of time left in this game, down 10, but it starts with getting stops on the defensive end and just being poised and under control on the offensive end.
Yeah, something that has been extremely lacking for Skyridge here in this first half. Mason Hunter only has 3 points. The leading scorers, Jordan Kroll and Mason Hunter, have a combined 6 points. Right now, it's the role players that are getting it done on both sides. Here is Hunter matched up against Kroll. Comes around the screen from Hansen. Drop pass inside to Cy Hansen. Can't get that one to fall. And the rebound comes down to Adams.
That's 2 or 3 times now where Cy Hansen's it's not an easy layup by any means, but he's just got to be able to finish those. Whether that's drawing a foul or finishing the layup, they've got to get points off of those possessions where they take care of the ball, get good ball movement, and a good wide open look.
Larson down the floor. Right on cue. There's Hansen who lays it in. He's carrying the load right now. Back to an 8-point game. Jace Adams now out front. Here's Jordan Kroll. Again, the 2 leading scorers have only combined for 6 points. And that man is filling it up! Simon Sua again!
And again, you just have to be there on the catch. I'm sure that's what they talked about, but you have to know where shooters are, and you aren't going to play as far off on help side defense, especially when he's already made 3.
Traveling violation on Mason Hunter. The wheels are coming off the bus here a bit for Skyridge. They're down 11. And Jeff Gardner is just trying to figure out what in the world is going on.
These next couple minutes are going to be really big for Skyridge to be able to close the gap before halftime. Down by 13 right now. They're going to have to pick up the intensity on the defensive end.
Gannon Jensen drives, turn around, tough shot, knocks it down. 29-18, 11 points the deficit. Simon Sua, by our count, has 15 points. He's at 5 threes in this first half. Kroll back out. Another three on the way. That rims out from Tate Merrill, and here comes Jensen again. Hunter for three. Bang! Just his second field goal, but once again, it's an 8-point game.
And that was Jordan Kroll just relaxing just a bit. Mason Hunter is an elite shooter who can hit from anywhere on the court. You can't relax when he gets the ball.
Great move by McManus. Can't get it to go. Skyridge ball. Skyridge basketball off that rebound attempt from McManus. And a chance to chip into the deficit even further here. 2 minutes and 24 seconds left here in the first half. As Larson and Jensen were not on the same page. A critical turnover there for the Falcons.
And in a situation like that, you're getting face guarded. You'd love to have a teammate come back to help, just get the ball in instead of having to try to make that such a difficult of a pass. Just have to have better communication if you're Skyridge.
Anson got a fingertip on that one. It rat-a-tats through traffic right back to Merrill. Kroll now loses control, and now Jensen might be away. Matt scrambled for it all over the floor. And eventually Kroll comes out of there with it. And Merrill will slow it down wisely. Under 2 minutes to go. Shot clock reached 25. Skyridge has been no closer than 8 since very early in this game. Sua matched up by his opposite number, Van Corman. Doesn't matter!
Simon Sua entered tonight averaging 4.17 points per game. He's hit 4 threes and has 14 or 15 points right now, and he's been the difference in the game. He's hit every shot that he's taken except for one, and right now Skyridge just doesn't have an answer for him.
And now J.J. Jory checking back in, and this is a big risk being taken here by Jeff Gardner with the 3 fouls here. But I guess he'll do anything at this point, down by 10, and trying to find some kind of an answer on offense.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with him on the defensive end, because with 3 fouls, you cannot have him pick up a 4th. That would be worst case scenario going into halftime. But this last minute here, Skyridge still has a chance to cut into the deficit before halftime.
Kickball called, and we'll stay here. Bodie Capel checks back in. Maverick McManus, I believe, has not taken a breath this entire first half, and I don't think Mason Hunter's rested very many minutes either. And given like what Colton said, both these teams don't have a whole lot of depth on the bench. That could be a problem.
And both coaches know how important this game is. Like we said, with it being the opener in region play, you can't drop any games. Every game is so important, and so you're going to have to play your best players a lot of minutes, and they're going to have to play with tired legs and foul trouble, because every game matters so much at this point in the season.
Ethan Gagnon, then he set to check back in. Foul called against Jace Adams is first. That puts the Falcons in the bonus with 56.6 officially left to go. And Jory is on the score sheet. KSLSports.com and the Rewind Sports Network's presentation of high school sports is presented all season long by Western Governors University. Where else can you find an education that is affordable, attainable, and full of support? Only at the University of U, Western Governors University. Jory will take a seat. He's finally on the score sheet with 56.6 seconds to go. And the Skyridge Falcons are the closest they have been this entire first half at 8. And Gagnon is now on Bodie Capel here. Quaid Fawcett for three. Off the mark. High for the rebound. And wrestling it away is Adams. And Jensen is forced to commit the foul.
And like I said earlier, Jace Adams is a complete player. He's leading Westlake in rebounding. He has their most rebounds, and he leads the team in rebounds per game. Even though he's not the biggest guy on the team, he's just a really smart player, and that was just him wanting the ball more in that instance than Cy Hansen.
Gagnon out, Jory back in. Adams to the line, rattles home the first free throw. Westlake is led by as many as 13 here in this first half, thanks to a breakout performance by Simon Sewell, who has 15 first half points. Adams hits both, and we're back to a 10-point game.
Jace Adams has had a really nice half as well. He's been a facilitator, a scorer at times, and right there he cleaned up a miss on the offensive glass and got 2 big points for Westlake.
Final possession of the first half here for Skyridge. There's about a 1.5 second difference between shot and game clock.
Yeah, you definitely want to take this down as far as you can if you're Skyridge. Don't let Westlake get a good shot off before the end of the half.
And so here we go, shot clock down to 10. Jory has it now. Back to Cy Hansen, left alone on the perimeter. Dribble handoff, and Larson has it poked away by Adams. Larson against Adams, goes up, and he's fouled, as Jensen had to get back there to commit the foul.
And that could very well be an intentional foul. I thought he made a play on the ball.
I thought he did too, yes.
But regardless, it was a very hard foul. We'll see what they call here.
And they're just going to call a common foul. Nate Carling doesn't like it. But I guess benefit of the doubt is and we're going to get a sideline warning now against Nate Carling.
And they called that foul on Mason Hunter.
Yeah.
But that was clearly Cannon Jensen. I'm sure they're fixing it now.
Yeah, they just flashed it up here on the scoreboard that Jensen did indeed get the foul. And they just announced that it is, so that's the 19th foul on Skyridge with 2.3 seconds officially left here in the first half. It's still a 2-shot foul. It's not a 1-and-1. It was a rather hard foul, but I do agree with you, Colton. It looked like from here he made a play on the ball.
Yeah, I thought that was a good job by the officials, coming together, not letting the emotion of the arena dictate the call, discussing what they all saw, and then coming to the determination it was just a common foul, and let's play ball.
That's how region play can be sometimes. It can be gritty, it can be physical, and it can be a little bit nasty. As Adams hits both free throws and makes it a 12-point game now with 2.3 left. Cannon Jensen, by the way, walked off the floor under his own power. Doesn't look like he's limping. He looks like he's okay. Now Josh Davis, the football pass down the floor. It is tipped, and Adams isn't going to get it off. And that's the end of the first half.
Yeah, first half definitely dominated for the most part by Westlake. It's important for Skyridge to come out with a different defensive mentality and more patience on the offensive end if they want to come back to win this game.
35-23 is your score at the break. We'll be back with the second half and some thoughts from the first half. On the other side of the break, KSLSports.com and the Rewind Sports Network proud to bring you coverage of high school boys basketball. Welcome back, everyone. The Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com and our presentation of Skyridge basketball on this pleasant Friday night from Lehigh, Utah. Alexander Timolip and Colton Potter with you here, ready to start the third quarter. So, Colton, interesting first half because it looks like Skyridge has not been able to find their offensive groove despite having some good looks, and they don't have a secondary scorer right now like Simon Sua on the other side for the Thunder.
Absolutely, and it's something that as both teams are heading into region play, it's so important to have somebody who can contribute 12 to 15 points if your main guy is not having his best shooting night, right? And because these teams play twice, they know each other really well. They know how to take the best players out of the game. And so for Westlake, having someone like Simon Sua contribute 15 points in the first half is massive. And that's what Westlake needs. They need Cy Hansen and Cannon Jensen. They need those guys, J.J. Jory. They need them to step up and just slow down on the offensive end. Move the ball and get good looks.
Yeah, and that's the thing we noted in the game notes coming into this, is that J.J. Jory came off the bench and had 15 points in just over 20 minutes. Last time out against Kearns, he has only 2 points, and he has not taken a shot yet in this game.
Yeah, and it's foul trouble. You have to stay out of foul trouble. You have to be smart. And, Coach Gardner's going to roll the dice with them, obviously, in the second half, down 12. Might as well. They need to come out. These first 4 minutes of this third quarter can be huge for Skyridge if they want to come back into this game.
Absolutely. The familiarity, of course, as you talked about, Colton, is there too. These teams have played each other so much in recent years. As the Thunder will have the ball to start half number 2. Simon Sua, who had 15 points in the first half, has it now. Swinging it across. Here's Jace Adams. Burdette thought about the 3. Shot clock at 18. Jory in front of him with the 3 fouls. Has to back it out. Shot clock to 10. Now here's Sua with 9. Kroll guarded by Hunter with 5. Kroll maybe doesn't think about it yet. Gets it poked away by Hansen. And now here comes a 2-on-1. Hunter got caught in between whether or not to shoot or to pass. And it has just been that kind of night for number 1.
But that was a great start for Skyridge, despite that turnover, is to have a defensive possession like that where you guard hard for 32 seconds. They don't even get a shot off. That's the type of intensity they need to continue throughout the rest of this game on the defensive end.
Hunter and Kroll have just been going at each other all night as Adams can't hit the 3. Tipped out, rat-a-tats around, and it's taken there by Tyler Burdette. And a new 35 for the Thunder. Adams inside, and we're going to get a 3-second in the key violation against Maverick McManus, who set up a tent down there and was trying to make a camping site out of it.
I'm sure that's something Coach Gardner's been harping to the officials about. That's something that McManus is going to do. He's just going to camp out in the lane. He's a big body. He's gotten a lot of offensive rebounds for Westlake. And Mason Hunter's just got to be more crisp and just better.
Second turnover for him in just under 90 seconds. Skyridge has been no closer than 8 points since very early in this game.
And that's tough if they have 2 defensive stops to start the second half and they haven't even got a shot off yet.
And there's Maverick McManus on the cut to the basket. And this is the largest lead that Westlake has had tonight. Mason Hunter, who's had just no room to operate, finally gets a shot off, and we're going to get an offensive foul on Josh Davis. And now here comes Cannon Jensen right back into the game.
Yeah, I think a smart move by Coach Gardner to get Mason Hunter out of the game just for a minute. Obviously, he's your leader, your best player. Just have him sit down, just kind of collect himself. He's had 2 turnovers and a missed jumper. Just have him just get back under control and come back out and start playing better this last 15 minutes or so.
Nate Carling in his 9th season got the helm of Westlake, has seen many of these games before. Look at Simon Sua come right in and sweep it clean. Larson trying to answer, kicks it back out. Jory, his first shot of the night is off the mark. Long rebound to Cannon Jensen. Hansen gets it poked away, and now back out Tate Larson. Shot clock at 20. Jory inside to Hansen, or rather that's Jensen. He's been the best player so far for Skyridge, and a much-needed bucket for them. They get the lead back down to 14. Pass deflected and stolen. Hansen with Sua coming back the other way. Almost threw it away out of bounds.
Yeah, that's a play where Cy Hansen gets the steal. You don't want him leading your fast break, especially when you don't have numbers. But kind of caught a break there. But Skyridge's defensive energy has been a lot better to start this half. Now they just got to slow down on the offensive end and get good looks.
Davis Fiennes checks right back in as we hit 5 minutes to go here in the third. A very small lineup. Cy Hansen out there right now. Jory puts on the brakes. Back out it comes to Jensen. Matched up against Jordan Kroll. And we're going to get another offensive foul. And if that's on Jory, that's number 4. And it is. And Tate Van Corman hops right up off the bench, comes back in. And now, boy, this Skyridge offense wasn't already challenged. Now they're really challenged because their 6th man's going to be on the bench for quite a bit.
Yeah, and that's the second time Jory's been called on that. And it's... Oh, and over and back here.
Backcourt.
Both teams pretty sloppy so far.
Backcourt violation called. So it goes right back to Skyridge. Another opportunity for them, but they haven't been able to convert, at least thus far, in getting this lead any more below 8. Hansen fakes the dribble handoff. Nice pass. Van Corman goes up, gets it blocked. Jensen puts up the 3. He can't get it to fall. Tipped up, and Adams grabs the rebound. And then a fight for it on the floor. And now we're going to get a tie-up, and the possession arrow belongs to the Birds.
Cannon Jensen's energy tonight has really been a huge difference maker for Skyridge. And it's honestly probably a reason why this game is only at 14 points and not much more. That was a good look there. They just can't buy a bucket. And sometimes that's just the way it goes.
The lid's on the rim right now for the Falcons. They've had plenty of good looks. There's a good look for Tyler Burnett, charging to the rim. Largest lead of the game for the Thunder. It's now a 16-point lead.
That was a great move by Burnett to fake the dribble handoff. Just a little hesitation, got right to the rim with the layup.
Larson tries it again. Yes! Finally, one goes down for the Falcons. Here's Simon Sua cross court. Faces up against Larson, and he's forced to kick it back to Jordan Kroll. Jordan Kroll only has 3 points in this game right now.
And Westlake still leading by 13. Tells you how good the rest of the guys for Westlake have played tonight.
McManus can't get that one to go. Gets back up with it. Counted to the contact. You were saying?
Yeah, it's just, like you said, Jordan Kroll hit a 3 the first possession of the game for Westlake and hasn't scored since. They're up 15 points because of guys like Maverick McManus, Jace Adams, Tyler Burdett, and of course Simon Sua, who's leading with 17 points. Those other 4 guys have just carried the offensive load, and Jordan Kroll's done a nice job of facilitating when he hasn't been able to find a shot.
Once again, a 16-point lead as Quade Fawcett comes back in. He'll relieve McManus. A 16-point lead for the Thunder. Fiennes pulls up, left it short. Adams back the other way with it. Adams drives. We're going to get a blocking foul called against Larson as he wasn't over there in time. And that is the 4th team foul on Skyridge.
Something Skyridge has got to start doing is pairing together stops and scores. It's not enough to get stops if you don't pair it with a score. It's not enough to get scores if you don't get stops. And just another dumb foul there by Skyridge. in a situation they didn't need to foul.
Ethan Gagnon pops back up off the bench. He's checking in now to replace Tate Van Corman. 2 minutes, 55 seconds left here in this third quarter. As Larson and Burdett having a bit of a get-to-know-you session over there. I don't think they were saying Happy New Year to each other, though. .245 and counting left to go. A 16-point lead for the Thunder. That one just turned over, though. And here comes Fyans. Offensive foul on Davis.
That's the third or fourth time now they've called an illegal screen on Skyridge. They just got to slow down. That's just as much on the ball handler as it is on the screener. They just have to slow down and they haven't looked comfortable at all tonight on the offensive end.
A very uncharacteristically sloppy offensive performance by Skyridge. Kroll. Inside, Fawcett! Long toss is nearly picked by Jordan Kroll. And it is just all come unglued here for Skyridge with just over 2 left here in the third.
This is a possession where I'd go to my guy, Mason Hunter. He's the leader for Skyridge. I'd get him the ball in a situation where he can, that's a great situation right there. So second or third time, they've got a good look on that backdoor cut. Just now you got to hit your free throws.
Quade Fawcett picks up the foul, his second, team first. Gagnon will go to the line to shoot 2. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Westlake just dominating this game right now. First shot up and good.
And if I'm Coach Gardner right now, I'm just helping my team focus on not trying to get this all back in one possession or one shot. You're down by 16 and say, okay, hey, by the end of this quarter, let's get it to under 12. And just little periodic swings. And it starts with getting stops on the defensive end and good ball movement on the offensive end.
Mason Hunter drives. Won't count. Foul occurred on the floor. Jeff Gardner doesn't like it, but looked like the right call to me. Anyway.
In the NBA, that's an and one. That's a good move, but high school, that's a good call on the floor.
Hunter's only taken 5 shots by our count, I think, all night long. And a bad pass there and a turnover as Larson was trying to find him.
It's a situation of just forcing it. That pass didn't need to go there. He wasn't open. And just another turnover yet again for Skyridge.
Simon Sua again. His first points in quite a while. He's got 19. And back to an 18-point lead for the Thunder. Hansen, 16-footer right side. Off the right rim, no good, and the rebound to Adams. And that pass is stolen by Larson, 3-on-2. Looks up, puts up the 3. Left it short. And Sua the rebound.
That's an example of trying to get it back in one shot. That they haven't been hitting threes all night. That's just not the best shot in that situation. You get a steal, you can force a turnover, slow it down. Oh, what a move!
Cy Hansen can't get that one to go. Hunter back up, fouled. Well, that should have gone down. I don't know how that stayed out. It somehow went out.
Seemed like that was on the rim for an eternity, just rolling around slowly. That was a great move by the big fella, Cy Hansen.
But anyways, it's going to be Mason Hunter at the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. And he hits the first. The Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com's presentation of Skyridge basketball is presented by Heidemann & Associates, the full-service law firm that's committed to winning for their clients. Contact them at 801-754-4240 or online at utah.law to schedule your free consultation courtesy of KSLSports.com and the Rewind Sports Network today as Hunter goes 1 for 2
It's just been that kind of night for Skyridge. That's 2 possessions in a row where they got steals and had fast breaks and got no points to show for it.
And then on the other end, the swing goes to Quade Fawcett, and this now is the largest lead for the Westlake Thunder. Shot clock turned off down to the last 20 seconds of the third quarter. Fyans, the floater. No. Gagne on the offensive board, lost it out of bounds. Back it goes to the Thunder.
And that's, again, you're down 19, but you don't want to give Westlake another chance to extend the lead. Hold for the last shot there. That's just another example of being rushed and not being under control and just making the right basketball play for Skyridge tonight.
Merrill back in, now with 4. Adams, back to Merrill. He's got the look. Can't get it to go. And that is the end of the third quarter. Westlake comfortably in front as we advance to the final quarter of play. 50-31. Back in a moment after this word from Mountain Land Power Supply Company.
Mountain Land Power Equipment provides exceptional service and high-quality brands you know and trust in lawn, landscaping, and snow removal products. Our experienced staff of technicians repair all types of snow plows, snow blowers, lawn mowers, small engines, and is trained to answer questions about lawn, garden, snow removal, and landscaping products. Mountain Land Power Equipment, now with 2 locations to serve you in Salt Lake City and Springville.
The Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com and our presentation of Skyridge Falcons basketball. Alexander Timilip alongside Colton Potter. We get set to start the fourth quarter. And Colton, I was talking with you just about a few seconds ago off the air about this. This is what it's going to be like in region play. Some nights you're hot, some nights you're cold. And unfortunately for the Skyridge Falcons tonight, they're not only cold, they're downright stuck in Siberia right now.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to have any flow on the offensive end. But they've at times gotten good looks and just haven't been able to get them to fall. This last 8 minutes here, the fourth quarter, this is where Coach Gardner will see what his team's made of. You're down by 19. See how much of a fight they have and how much of a run they can make here.
Well, that's going to help right there as Cannon Jensen gets the steal, throws it ahead to Davis Fyans, who drives inside, and we're going to get a trip as Fyans goes tumbling to the floor. Just the 4th team foul called on the Thunder. It's called on Tate Merrill, his second, as Tyler Burdett will check back into the ball game. Lob into Jensen. Now Josh Davis out front. Hunter and Jory are on the floor. Jory, by the way, has 4. Inside it goes, and Henson can't get that one to go, but he draws the foul. Blocking foul called. And that will be 2 shots.
Cannon Jensen's done a nice job penetrating tonight. It hasn't led to a lot of points, even though they've had a lot of good looks. But that's something that I'm sure Coach Gardner's pleased with. There's just sometimes there's nights where shots don't fall, and now he has opportunity to go to the free throw line and cut into this deficit.
This is what you want with the clock frozen, and Jensen misses the first. McManus comes back in. Fawcett will take a seat. Jensen's got one more, and his second shot is good. And now full court press being put on here by Skyridge. Kroll drives inside, McManus foul. And he will go to the free throw line.
Skyridge is going to have to take some chances like this if they want to try to get back in the game. They're going to have to gamble a little bit, full court press, and hope that Westlake makes mistakes. If you're Westlake, all you have to do is not turn the ball over and hit free throws, and you're going to win this game. Take care of the ball, control the clock, control the pace, and don't let Skyridge's pressure speed you up too much.
And this now the latest largest lead of 20. Fyans with a couple of fakes. Hunter spins in the paint, got it! 7 now for Mason Hunter, as we got a bit of a delay as the ball was loose for a bit. Simon Sua drives, and the pass stolen away there by, guess who? Number 1, Mason Hunter. And we got a problem now as the clock is inoperative.
I think it's a shot clock. Yeah, shot clock.
The shot
error.
clock is being a little funky. And there you go. Had to take a couple seconds off the shot clock. Reset to 32.
And that last turnover by Simon Sua is just an example of you break the press. You don't need a layup. Like right away, if it's not wide open, don't force it. Just slow down. What a pass.
Josh Davis, the and one on the other end. And an opportunity for the Thunder, or for the Falcons rather, to keep cutting into this deficit.
But for Westlake, when you break the press, if you don't have a wide open layup, just pull it out and run your offense. Skyridge wants you to force it and force turnovers. That's what they want Westlake to do. Down 16 with 6.5 left.
Still a lot of time left to go here in this one. As we've seen throughout our time here on the Rewind Sports Network, that games are pretty much never finished. Jordan Kroll airballs that one, but it's thrown off of Fyans and out of bounds by guess who? Simon Sua. And Nate Carling has seen about enough.
Yeah, I think that's a good timeout by Westlake to just remind them, hey, we're up by 16. We're the one who's been dominating this game. Let's keep doing what we were doing. Just be under control and take good shots, take care of the ball.
So while we have a minute here, we want to send a special shout out to head coach Jeff Gardner's dad, Joel, who celebrated his 80th birthday this past week. Want to send a shout out to him. We also want to send a shout out to the Bountiful Redhawks football and team in their community. We know Roman Strong is a popular thing around these parts, and those are the two people we wanted to shout out here with about 6:20 left to go here in the fourth quarter. And the Falcons down by 16. And going back to your point just a little bit earlier, Colton, that timeout really more than anything is for Carling to say, hey, we need to take care of the basketball, otherwise we might give this one away.
Yeah, and that would be the worst thing that they could do, from being up 19 to start the quarter to finding themselves in trouble here as yet another turnover for Westlake.
Right on cue. Simon Sua couldn't control his feet. And an opportunity for Skyridge to get this lead back within 14 again. Fyans on the baseline. Davis for 3. Bingo! The lead to 13 with just over 6 to go. Long toss, Sua ahead of the pack. Inside, McManus goes up. Got it! Right through the contact. A strong take by the big man. Hunter gets to a spot. Cannot get it to fall. And Merrill cleans it up. .5:33 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Westlake is led by as many as 20. They've seen their lead cut to 13 just a few seconds ago as that's knocked out of bounds. And it will stay here.
And again, for Skyridge, they're down 15. But if they want to get back into this, just keep doing exactly what they're doing right now. But on the offensive end, know that you can't get it back in one possession. Move the ball. You want to move fast, but with purpose and under control, and get good looks, the best looks you can get. You don't have to rush down and jack up a contested jumper. And,
shot clock. Watch the shot clock here, down to 10. Burdett is trapped, gets it inside, and Hunter steals it away, and a foul called on McManus. That's team foul number 7, I believe. And that is going to put Skyridge on the line for the 1-and-1 bonus.
Mason Hunter's done a good job here in the fourth quarter. That's his second or third steal on the help side where Westlake's trying to dump it down to McManus, and he's just anticipated and got a steal. Really good job, and now just got to hit your free throws.
He does. And with this next free throw, this will be the closest that Skyridge has been in quite a while. And he does make it a 13-point game. 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter as the Thunder trying to close it out. But now they're in trouble here as Jensen gets the tie-up, and that is Skyridge ball.
That's the last place you want to inbounds the ball if you're Westlake, is in that corner, because you're being double-teamed by two Skyridge defenders, but you're also being double-teamed by the sideline and the baseline. He has nowhere to go with the ball, and that's just a really good play by Skyridge, as it should be Skyridge ball, I believe.
Yeah, and the umpire, I think the umpire knew. I think Jordan Kroll was just trying to throw off everybody in the gym.
Yeah, a little bit of gamesmanship from him, trying to steal an extra possession there.
So here we go. A chance for Skyridge to chip even further into this deficit. Davis against McManus. Tough turnaround shot. Knocks it down. 11 points to deficit with under 5 minutes to go. Burdett trapped in the backcourt. Finds his man Adams. You just knew it wasn't going to end like this, was it?
No, Skyridge has too much fight in them. Really good sign for their season, their team. They're down by 19, and they're playing so hard and clawing their way back into it.
Fyans, Jory for three. Bingo!
What a shot by J.J. Jory, and we got our game.
Game on! Don't blink. You will definitely miss it. The Skyridge Falcons on a 15-4 run have made this an 8-point game with 4 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. Or 4:21 officially left. Alexander Timlip, Colton Potter here at Skyridge High School. Colton, I just said it to you. You just knew it was not going to end in a blowout, not in region play, and not especially with these students making a whole bunch of noise right now in front of us.
As Coach Gardner's got to be loving this from his team. Down 19, it's so easy sometimes to just throw in the towel and say, you know what, wasn't our night. Next game we got it. But no, they just have ramped it up to another level and have got it back down to an 8-point game.
The closest they have been since very early in the game. And this is by no means a done deal yet.
Got away with the travel there too.
Adams.
Got away with a second travel.
Jumper right side, too strong. Hunter the rebound. Hunter drives, left-hand scoop, rattles out. McManus the rebound.
Great move by Mason Hunter. Take one more dribble though and just get off 2 feet, use the glass, and he's able to finish that.
Skyridge's fans trying to turn up the volume knob. Kroll inside to McManus. McManus backs down, left it short. Offensive rebound, back up, rolls off the rim, tipped out of bounds, it'll stay here. It looked like it was off of Cannon Jensen last, and that's what they call. Crowd doesn't like it, but from up here, I think it was pretty clear it went off his hand.
Yeah, it's a tough call, and but regardless, for Skyridge, you have to finish possessions with a rebound. They've done a good job contesting without fouling and forcing turnovers. But when they miss, you got to get the rebound.
New 35 here for the Thunder. Sewell for three. Way off. Jensen the rebound. Another chance to cut into the deficit. Fyans. Hunter to Davis. Fakes the dribble handoff. Has the one-on-one. Jensen around the string. Drives. We're going to get a foul. Doesn't matter, though. Free throws for Cannon Jensen. With 3 minutes and 3 seconds left in regulation.
And if you're Westlake right here, you got to ask, where's Jordan Kroll? Where is he? He's not really been a part of the offense the last couple minutes. They're rushing possessions. But just get the ball to your best player's hands and be under control and get a good shot, especially late in the clock.
Skyridge has been no closer than 8 points this entire game. And Davis Fiennes commits the foul out front. And it's free throws for Tyler Burdett.
Yeah, I didn't really need that foul there. He's playing good defense. You could hear the crowd clamoring for a foul before that. Just really no reason to foul there, but still Skyridge has plenty of time here to got to block out and make sure that Westlake isn't able to get a second chance on these free throws.
Misses. Hunter the rebound. Another chance. Fiennes the spin. Hunter drives, kicks it out. Fiennes for three. Got it!
What a great pass from Mason Hunter. Able to turn the corner and just a great find as they're able to knock down the three, and it's a 5-point game.
Burdett, Sua for three. Bingo!
How big has Simon Sua been tonight?
22 points for Simon Sua, a guy who averaged just 4 coming into the game. Shot clock down to 20. Hunter takes it himself, fouled. More free throws. And it looks like oh boy, looks like Simon Sua's down. Oh, this is not what you want to see. Alexander Timolip, Colton Potter. Final 1 minute 40 seconds of what was once an 18-point game has now been turned into an 8-point game. What was a 5-point game earlier before Simon Sua, who left the court with what we think is cramps. And now Mason Hunter will head back to the free throw line for 2, and he hits the first. 1 minute 40 seconds left, Colton. You just knew this wasn't going to end this way. Hunter misses the second, but we're going to get a timeout. Signaled and or we're going to get a lane violation, actually.
I think it's a foul.
Yeah, a foul. Cannon Jensen, I think, just committed the foul to get the subs in.
Yeah, Cannon Jensen just fouled out. And McManus he struggled a little bit tonight at the free throw line. These are big free throws. It's still 1-1 for Westlake. So if you're Skyridge, got to box out here.
Skyridge has outscored Westlake in this fourth quarter, 19-7. McManus misses. And Davis gets the rebound. Another opportunity for Skyridge. Jeff Gardner signaling to his team to go. Fiennes, tough shot. No good. Not the shot I think you wanted in that situation.
But they're still okay. They still have time. They're going to have to take some calculated risks on defense, though. Jumping passing lanes, going for steals, and living with the results.
Jordan Kroll, finally on the score sheet. His first field goal since, I believe, the first shot of the game. And it's back to a 9-point game as Hunter misses that three. And a foul committed by Davis with 53.9 seconds to go. And Chase Adams will head to the line to shoot 2 free throws. the 10th on Skyridge.
Regardless of the fact that it looks like at this point Westlake's probably going to walk away with a win, I'm sure Coach Gardner loves the effort that his team showed here in the fourth quarter. But there's still plenty of time left. With that being said, it's now a 10-point game, but if you're Skyridge, you want to go down quick and get the best shot that you can as quick as you can.
Just said it, Colton. A very valiant effort by the Falcons. Battling back from a nearly 20-point deficit in a rally that looks like it's going to come up just a bit short. As Larson puts up the three, that's no good. Hunter, no good. And now the rebound controlled there by Jace Adams. And that should do it, as they'll just take it down as far as they can. Shot clock at 10. Game clock reads 18. McManus, Merrill. Air ball, out of bounds it goes. 10 seconds even left on the clock, but it's all academic at this point. Hunter quickly up the floor, poked away, and a foul on Jordan Kroll with 5.5 seconds left to go. This should do it right here. I mean, it's mathematic at this point.
That's a foul where you're just, as a head coach, you're shaking your head because why foul in that situation? You're up 11. There's no need, but not that it's going to matter in the game. Just a really good effort by Westlake tonight. Despite the late push by Skyridge, they were really in control of this game from the tip. And on a night where Jordan Kroll couldn't really find a shot and didn't contribute a lot in the scoring department, really good game from people like Simon Sua and Maverick McManus and Jace Adams. Just really, really good overall win for Westlake to open up region play.
Impressive win indeed for the Westlake Thunder. They defeat the Skyridge Falcons here 61-52. A valiant effort by the Falcons, coming back from nearly 20 down, but it wasn't enough. We'll take a quick break and back with some final thoughts on the choice for the player of the game. This is the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com.
They said I have to take tests when they tell me to.
They said my degree would cost a fortune.
But I didn't have to listen to them.
Because I have a university that listens to me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the University of You.
Welcome back, everyone. Alexander Timolep and Colton Potter on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Westlake survives the late push from Skyridge and wins it 61-52 despite getting outscored. Despite getting outscored 21-11 in the final quarter. Colton, final thoughts on what was a rather entertaining start to region play.
Absolutely. Both of these teams have a lot of room to grow. They're not playing their best basketball right now, but that's what's exciting for both of them. They know, as good as they've played, that they can play better. For Westlake, just really, really impressive when on a night when your best player hasn't played up to his standard, that you're able to win by 9 on the road in a game that you led pretty comfortably for the most part.
So now it's time for the selection of the player of the game, presented by the full-service law firm that's committed to winning for their clients. Colton, I think we know who it's going to be. What a night for number 23, Simon Sua, stepping up when Jordan Kroll was really MIA.
Absolutely, and he entered tonight having scored 50 points the whole season, and by our unofficial count, 22 points and 5 made three-pointers. Just a really good night for him. He was a threat constantly. And it wasn't just made threes. He played good defense, offensive rebounds, a couple assists, and just really played very well tonight.
Colton, that was really fun. And the best part is we get to do it all over again next week. We're off to Riverton, where Copper Hills, by the way, Bingham in overtime tonight at Bingham 62-60. That ought to be a fun one between those two squads. Can't wait to see that one.
Absolutely. It'll be a lot of fun. And we're just getting to the good part of the season with region play opening. It's going to be a fun rest of the year.
It will definitely be a fun rest of the year. We want to thank Mike Christensen for being along for the ride with us tonight here on an entertaining night at Skyridge High School. The final score once again is Westlake 61 and Skyridge 52. For my broadcast partner, Colton Potter, and again for our cameraman, Mike Christensen, and for Vince Francis back in Salt Lake, my name is Alexander Timolip. This has been a presentation of the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Until we meet again, take care of one another, everyone. Aloha from Utah, and good night.